Hello and welcome to the program. I am Suren. I intend to take you to various journeys into all sorts of exciting places, into the past and into the future, like a mental time travel. How does this appeal to you? Question. If you are happy, let us start. First of all, I feel to tell you a few issues regarding meditation, which we have mentioned of during the last few episodes. If you can recall the words of the great master, that many have ears but do not hear, eyes and do not see. We must remember that in the final analysis, it is always your own decision to do whatever you desire to do. And meditation is not any different. Firstly, many people agree on the significance and the necessity of regular daily meditations. This is something that no doubt you are very familiar with, which drives the wheel, or I should say, the will of development. While the meditation happens in many forms, it is essentially like the movement akin to entering into a closed room and listening to the voice of the Spirit in your mind, the soul, and if you like, God. There are three important steps to follow. Number one, meditation leads to being practiced daily, and it needs to become habitual for the mind. There should be never any excuses, and certainly not buts and ifs. If any progress into any spirit world, as an example, is desired to communicate with, at least once a day and 6 days a week, we all need to stop and turn within. Second, meditation needs to be regular. Meditation needs to be regular and performed at the very same time of the day in the very same place if possible. If the morning time is not what you have decided, you must make sure that at this hour of each day, promptly, you start your practice, whenever the time you have chosen. Why particularly what is required should be to adhere to such a rigid schedule or schedule? Well, that is due to the conditioning of the mind and body, anticipating the very special moment of contact. A lot of people who begin to meditate may fail to understand the importance of regularity and have, as a result, failed in their attempts. Why is this so, you might ask? Well, my response is simply that the mind and body must be programmed almost like a computer. This may be why ancient schools of learning and some Eastern orders always conduct their prayer sessions and meditations at the same hour of the day. What does that mean? Well, we must carefully select when and where we begin our meditation. changing the place and time is only necessary when it is absolutely required. It is not just who needs to be programmed to enter the world of spirit, for example, but one's surroundings and your friends in the spirit world. That is so required. You cannot expect your friends, including those in the spirit and your guardian angels, which we all have at least one, to come to many people. Many believe that spirit guides will always come when called upon. This can only happen after we made and bonded our contact with them. The world of spirit is different to what we have been told by those who have passed over. It is not like the world of material nature. There are many things to be done and many lessons to be learned and many daily tasks to be followed by the architects of the universe. Therefore, it seems that our spirit guides may need to be given an advance notice as to when and where they must appear, in the same way that we keep our appointments. Just imagine your spirit guides writing in their appointment book the fact that every day in the morning, it's a certain time, we need to be with this or that or the other person. This is why spirit can make an appearance when a meeting time or meditation has been unchanged. The regularity is the only key that can truly fit the lock of enlightenment. Similar to having 5 physical senses corresponding with the body, we also have 5 astral senses corresponding to the mind and soul. Spiritualists claim that these are often called the 5 clairs, such as clairaudience for hearing, clairvoyance for seeing, clairsentience, feeling, distance, for tasting, and clairaudience for smelling, and so forth. If one can feel with one's body, so can one be trained to feel with the mind. This is the reality as understood by those, and spirit were no longer being hindered by the physical body. For a successful meditation, we need to practice at the same time, in the same place each day, but start by relaxing the physical body. So, the question, how to meditate? Well, there are many techniques considered to produce the meditative state. By far the simplest is that what appears over and over again in the secret writings of all religions worldwide. It is the simplest form. This is a technique which consists of relaxing each part of the body, in turn by imagining or seeing with the mind's eye, and simply letting go. If practiced every day according to the rules observed, it can enable a person to make a spirit contact, which is more viable than any other method. Now, a few exercises for you. If you must do something different immediately after your meditation, get yourself a clock or a watch and set it to go off at a particular time. If it is not possible to do this, there will be something else arising in your mind which is needed to feeling, and with this practice, make yourself comfortable with your spine and keeping it as straight as possible and not rigid, because otherwise you cannot relax. Let your breathing become as deep as possible by simply flowing in and out. You can close your eyes if you like, by letting yourself fall into the contours of the chair. With your eyes closed, and while continuing to breathe freely, imagine you are looking at a large toe of your right or left foot, if you like. In your mind, exactly as it appears when your eyes are open, just as you see it with your mind's eye, and imagine some kind of steam passing out and a feeling of relaxation with the toe is following. If this is done correctly, you will feel the starting over tingling sensation, and as if you were falling asleep. You can now go to the other toes of the left or right foot, imagining each of in your eyesight that you see them. Once you become successful relaxing your toes, you can go on to the rest of your feet, right or left. When totally relaxed, that is when you feel that this is so, you are to repeat this process with those of your right foot or left foot, and starting again. Complete the same process with your right foot, then return to your left ankle and just relax. Now, left calf, the left thigh, up the entire left leg, and go back to right side and relax the right ankle, the right calf, the right thigh, and entire right leg. Keep going to relax each part of your body in turn, always alternating from the left to the right or right to the left, but ever moving upward. And now hips, stomach, chest, back, neck, hands, arms, shoulders, and on top, the very top of your head. If you have done all these exercises correctly, you will start to feel a tingling sensation in each part of your body. This will eventually extend throughout your body. If you have not experienced the tingling sensation, you need to keep relaxing and visualizing that particular part of the anatomy until you begin to feel the sense. Beginners often get stuck on one or another part when relaxing. Please do not be discouraged by this. If it happens, even if it is with the left foot or right, simply practice daily, at the same time, and in the same place, until you are able to thoroughly relax yourself. Does it sound easy? That is all very straightforward. Have faith. Remember the picture of two children on the seesaw? One is the mind, and the other correspondence with the body. What you are doing is, in fact, lowering your body so that the mind can rise. Despite what you are being told and what you may believe, this is the only way. You need to practice this at least once each and every night for as long as it takes for you to energize the astral or physical body, which really is what you are doing. These exercises are the key to the other types of work you will be doing. There are special breathing exercises we will be talking about, as the ancient mystics and priests have discovered, and we will give you further exercises. Go on and keep our promise. Here we will perform a meditation to give you the taste of what will come next. Several years ago, we have started doing these type of activities once every week. It became so popular that students attending the classes could not wait until that particular day when we could meditate together. Meditations were mainly geared for health and happiness, for forgiveness and happy relationships. I was assisted by my then partner. Sometimes we have presented the specifically tailored meditations for the participants or participating students who have become our dearest friends separately as time went by. I remember at one stage, my partner has conducted a train journey meditation, which was a beautiful surprise for some who had been driving trains from the city to country destinations. And we were all astounded about the accuracies that she had described afterwards. I will say that we were probably inspired to conduct those meditation sessions accordingly, to start a series of meditations with you and tackle with some of the problems we face in our world of today, but also appreciating the beauty of life and the nature of things where we could not allow any depressive states, where everybody had to leave their personal issues and problems outside the entry door to the building. And so we got together. I call this group the Unity of Worldwide Brotherhood. They were indeed the members of the most sincere kind. As the group of volunteers who have discarded the mantle of selfishness, but clothed themselves with the one of understanding and acceptance of themselves and each other, hoping to spread this unity and love by broadcasting it all from our brains into the whole world. Let us begin. You're welcome to choose a comfortable chair, a quiet room, or a serene place, which can be a library, if you like, or a church hall, where people go and sit in silent contemplation, relaxing their minds, and then go on with their own personal issues and works, or at home in a time of quietude after work has been done. And now, spending some time in a studio or bedroom or lounge room, either solo or with other family members and probably friends. You are welcome to stream a very soft, lovely tune throughout the house or the room and within the entire place of contemplation. And if you are at home, which we often used to do, so entertained your friends alone, but also used to play, as I did, keyboards to meditate with. I will call these sessions as the mind journeys, which have a very definite anti-stress quality. They can be therapeutic as well as enlightening and help to enhance the comprehension of one's own self. Who does not know the saying, "Man, know thyself"? We all have experiences on the pathways of life, some happy and healthy, and others not very idealistic. Yet all seem to be remaining hidden in our dreams, but when they start bubbling up from our unconscious minds, they may invoke other sensations and many other interesting findings and discoveries, if you like. Sometimes it may be a good idea to take notes or jot them down on a small book, which could be creating the healing and even analytical effect. It has not yet been a total mental relaxation, which can lead to control of the irritating emotions by the experiences of daily lives we all have, and the whole thing remains an issue of balance. Are you prepared to take this journey together with me? Then let us proceed by relaxing our whole physical bodies. If you are new to this, I will suggest that we begin by concentrating from our toes by tensing and relaxing every muscle up to the shoulders and loosening them after tension or tensing and relaxation or relaxing them, as well as your shoulders and your head. By doing this exercise, you may discover that your mind is also calmed. Now, we must make sure that your mind is clear of any distractions and other feelings or emotions. We all need to be at peace. That is the prerequisite. Now, do a mental exercise of imagining that your body becoming lighter and lighter until it feels weightless. Imagine that you are surrounded with happy thoughts expectancies, and wanting to travel indeed. Let us go. Take a deep breath to the count of 6 and exhale slowly to the count of 3, and feel how comfortable your mind feels. Do this several times, and now you are no longer concerned or worried about what may be happening in the outside world. Now imagine that we are all together outside, walking the street, observing the trees, branches of them, hedges, and breathing the smell of flowers in, the smell of other elements of basic feature of herbs, dandelions, brightly presented, perhaps even cut grass after the lawns have been mowed. Imagine now, in front of you are very ornate gates made of iron, painted in black and gold, and there are more very tall gates, and some of them contain even certain emblems, even coats of arms. Maybe there is something very familiar among them. Just observe, take note of any colors or symbols, if available. Those gates we are looking at are all open, if you noticed. But we have chosen to have a walk together with our dear friends. Look at those beautiful purple flowers, those looking like clematis. There are others that are different types of purple flowers. Purple is a very healing color. Some of those old-fashioned homes have conservatories over the front door, and there are plants on the shelves. Here is a very friendly, well-dressed lady I spy who just opens one of the doors there. You may even recognize her, and she's inviting us in a very friendly way. We can all now create a large room in our imaginations, as it was in olden days with beautiful furnishings of antiquity. Right in the middle is a highly polished, beautiful dining table, and when you lean on it, you can almost see your mirror image, and those flower arrangements in such delicate antique vases look so gorgeous. I wonder if you can recognize those flowers. Never mind. You might remember them, or will discover what they are soon enough. Did you notice the curving staircase on the side? That way? Look how wonderful it all feels. And on the upper levels of the house that rises up, I spy a woman also beckoning us to go upstairs. I'm unsure what to call this house. Maybe the house of joy, or the house of contemplation, or perhaps a house of healing. What do you think? Now that we are upstairs, look around and notice the libraries. They are aligned from ceiling to floor with all kinds of literature, and many handcrafted and bound books of every kind. Now look at the great long table with chairs around to sit and study, and I wonder how those log fires would look in the cold winters. On the sides of the room, which is rather large, personally, I like those high-back upholstered chairs, so comfortable to sit on. Do try and discover by yourselves. There are other people here too, as you can see, from all nationalities, and they look rather very distinguished in their national costumes. What are they doing here, you might ask? I might ask personally too, but I don't know. But you may discover them. But since you are here also, we will discover something completely different now. But by the look of things, it seems all very positive. That is something good. We can spend some time here to refresh our minds until we are beckoned to go into the smaller sized but very ornamental doors which opens in front of us, and obviously for the visitors. Every one of us can go through these separate doors, completely private for our own usage. In fact, I will call those rooms where we are ushered into separately, they are the rooms of healing. What do you see first, as soon as you enter these doors? I have seen a beautiful antique chair and small table, which was also highly polished. And apart from those small tables, there are cupboards on the walls, and the keys to open them are, surprise, surprise, in your pocket. You can open one of those and take out one of the containers. Whatever has been troubling you health-wise, the container with a lotion or some kind of medicine would be taken by yourself, only if you desire to. And indeed, you can take it. There's a glass and a jar full of water. Then you can put them back into the container and special cupboard and lock the door again. Then put the key back into your pocket. You'll always keep that key in your pocket whenever you need to be there. You will always close your eyes, imagining yourself here, taking that key out to open the door of the cupboards and utilizing that medicine. You don't know what the ingredients are, perhaps, but you can imagine that they are going to do good in healing that ailment, whether it is a small, simple headache, or a blocked nose, or something worse, or it's significant. You will always be able to find a treatment for your small or large ailments in this private room. Isn't it interesting that the room is colored according to your own taste and desire? Have a look. There are other tiny bottles on one of the cupboards, but it has no locks. You can always choose one of those antique bottles, discovering that they are filled with your favorite perfumes. I feel that you are already feeling it. Already feeling better, healthier, and you have no aches nor any pains anywhere within your own body. There is no need for feeling reluctant either. Knowing for the house is your healing center, and the room in which you have entered for your minor healings will always be here. You may indeed return as often as you want. And in fact, from here you can serve your own needs as well as other friends, and other people, other groups of human beings. It seems we have spent some time here. In fact, I will say that some time has passed, but still there is a gathering in the hall downstairs. And I feel we may need to thank those who welcomed us, as we will soon leave them. One more time, look around yourselves and notice how those stained glass windows seem to be farewelling us once again, as it might have been before, and which I believe we have been here before. Although it seems that one doesn't remember as well as but the flowers, so many of them. Now that you are feeling so well and no ailments to be found, just take your time. All of a sudden, we are on the ground. Time passes, and you can hear the tick-tocks of the grandfather clocks. Now you can begin to tap your feet just on the floor, opening your eyes slowly and stretching if you like. You'll be becoming more and more fully aware of your usual frequencies. I feel that we are all ready to speak of our experiences, about whom we have personally met, and those other sensations we may have experienced on this short journey, and what we have discovered and what we are likely to discover still. I feel that we will all have somehow different stories to tell and enjoy the experience. We will meet again with many smiles on our faces and joy in our hearts. Let us spread this beautiful feeling all around the world as we shower the entire world and the beloved nature with our heartfelt gratitude, joy, and everlasting love. Let's go in peace. And so, this brings us to the end of this episode. We shall meet again by the next episode as usual. In the meantime, keep smiling and be happy. Thank you.